Hail Bird of Prey 5. Hail Karuga.
Kapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird o' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5, Kapla, and wait, I suspect I am not quite as loud as I usually am. Let me fix that. Device properties. There we go. Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bedlight for Friday, November 10th, 2023. Oh my God, that means the next Bed Life will be Monday, November 13th, 2023, aka my birthday. Yes, we are one Bed Life away from my birthday Bed Life. So just be warned that next Bed Life in Karoga is a Karogan holiday, God Emperor's birthday, Bird o' Prey 5, on November 13th. But before that happens, we've got a stream for today. So Kapla all. Richie Poole first in the chat says Kapla and puts in an alpaca. Welcome, Richie. Miss Lodell's Groovy Movie says Kapla. Batless to the groin. Ouch. The Travelers is greetings. Birds, salty turds, and nerds. Greetings, Traveler. It has bird, Karogan flag, salt, and poop, emojis, and Mamo Prey, Sisso Prey, Nephew O Prey, Sassy, and Alpaca. And Richie Poole puts in a Mamo Prey, Sisso Prey, Nephew O Prey, and the Sassy emojis. Richie Poole says also fat left to the anterior cruciate ligament. What? Fat left to the anterior cruciate ligament. Jedi Bill says Kapla, brother warrior. Bird o' Prey 5, and all should hail Karoga. And with a Karogan flag, Bird o' Prey, 3 llamas, and another Karogan flag. Thank you, Jedi Bill. The Travelers is Bird o' Prey 5, is never late nor early. He always starts his live streams when he wakes up from his nap, when he means to. Close enough. Richie Pools is Vertebrae 5. You're going to run it like it's a business. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Kapla lurking, Kapla Gorilla. Gorilla, congratulations. Gorilla's Random Thoughts, 600 subscriber stream for Gorilla. I was listening to it, pretty much all of it. I'm sorry I missed it, but congrats again, Gorilla. 600 subscribers for Gorilla. John Araki says, crap blah. John Araki. Dan Ben says, hi, hello, Dan Ben. And John Araki with a 99-cent super sticker, super poop super sticker. Thank you, John Araki. And let's see if we play that again. We have something should show up for that. We gotta refresh it again, perhaps, and see. We'll get something. Richie Poole says, and that means you're going to make a profit. Kronos says, what is a bird? Hey, Kronos. Kronos says, pool. Richie Poole says, hashtag ban Kronos. And Schwario says, Vertebrae 5, Kapla Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you so much, Schwario. And the Traveler. Oh my God, the Traveler with a $10 super chat says, happy early birthday, Vertebrae 5. You don't look like a day older than Salty. In fact, you look 500 years younger. Well, I am 500 years younger than Salty. Easy. Maybe more. In fact, Mama Prey is also 500 years younger than Salty. Thank you so much. And let's see, why is it not working? Let's see. Can we get it to work? Can we get it to work now? It's a fake. And that was John Araki's super sticker. It just came through. It's a fake. So for some reason it's working on this screen, but not so much on the other one. It's okay. Once your $10 super chat comes through, I will make sure to play it. Thank you again, Traveler. And Kronos is, yes, Kronos says, I got de-rezzed. De-rezzed. I don't know. Maybe you got de-greened, maybe, Kronos, but you are still a moderator. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Kronos is to Mike and Schwario. And Hakeem says, Kapla bird, Kapla Hakeem. Mike Richards says, Kronos greetings. And hey to Hakeem, says Kronos, says hey back. And Kronos says hey to Esri, the beautiful Esri Dax. Schwario says Vertebrae 5. Today I'm happier than a hungry baby at a topless bar. That is a happy baby. That would indeed be a happy baby. Captain Phantom Nerd says, hail on Roga. It's okay, Captain. I forgive you. Kronos' bird needs fixing. I need a lot of fixing, Kronos. Schwario says, we, the people. John Araki says, hashtag Crow Nurse. Kronos says, Kapla. Why? Oh, this way. Because, so the first episode of season 4 of For All Mankind premiered. Mama Prey and I watched it this morning. And Kronos was in it. Now, not our Kronos, but an asteroid named Kronos was in the show. So there was quite a bit talking back and forth about Kronos, not the Klingon homeworld, but this random asteroid. And yeah, so every time they say Kronos, I was thinking about you, Kronos. So I believe they spelt it with a K. I didn't double check. I think they were spelling it with a K, at least in the closed captioning. And Richie Poole says your audio was fine. Now it's really loud. That's the way we like it, Richie. Chrono says, hey, John, what day is today? Asks Chrono. Why? It's Kronos Day. John Araki says it's going to be a happy birthday? Question mark. Well, John, I don't know. Honestly, I can't say for sure, but we'll pretend it will be. We want to make sure it's happy for everyone else. Don't worry about it. Yes, as long as I'm here to do it, and I can't be sure of that, but if I'm here, it will be a happy birthday. And the Random Menace with a 37-month super friend super chat says, greetings from the future. Hope you and mom are doing good. Thank you so much, Random Menace. I appreciate it. And mom will pray. Says she is so happy to see that Olivia is reading already. That seems a little early. No, you saw her reading. Mom will pray that she personally witnessed Olivia reading. So congratulations. Richie Poole says it's okay. At least now I can turn down the volume. Chrono says a happy birthday. Oh, bird day. I see. Chrono says, hey, mom will pray. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. And Kronos, of course, says he would like a tail o' pray. Kronos says, hey to Yvette. Yvette says, yo to the slug. And Kronos says, where's LDG? And Kronos says he's not lurking. Gorilla's Random Thought says, Utah. Gorilla says, thanks, Bird. Damn glove. Oh, I got you. You're welcome. Chrono says, hey to Gorilla. Miss Lodell's Groovy Movies says anterior cruciate ligament is a knee injury that a lot of NFL players suffer. I'm sorry to hear that. Chrono says the traveler is rich. He is rich and generous, or at least generous. Captain Fandom Nerd with a 20-month super friend super chat. Says waiting on news from doctor in hospital. Oh, I hope you're okay, Captain. I hope you're okay. Please let us know indeed. Trario says Bird Pray 5, Bird, happy belated birthday. Bo. Well, my birthday is not for a couple of days, but happy belated birthday to Bo, whoever Bo is. Sure. Kronos says, hey to Londell. And Captain Phantom Nerd says, I hate being in the hospital. Oh, Captain, I didn't know you were in the hospital. So obviously, although that makes some sense now for what your super chat said, but I hope you're okay, Captain. Please let us know. I didn't see any details. Is this an expected hospitalization? The Traveler says, I'm broke now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Traveler. You shouldn't waste money on me, but I do appreciate it. Kronos says, hey to the fandom. Miss Lundell is waving to Kronos. Positive Candor says, Kapla, fellow Scorpio birthday brother. Birdo Pray 5. Just 3 days until your birthday. Yes, thank you so much, Positive Candor. And when is yours exactly? I'm sorry, I forget. I forget my friends. I forget my enemies. I forget my families. Well, the only day I remember your birthday is if it's on my birthday. And then it's usually because I'm angry. Like, I can't believe I have to share my birthday with another son of a bitch. No, it's not their fault that their parents decided to conceive a child on Valentine's Day. Not their fault. I keep telling myself that. Not their fault. Chrono says, head in a jar. Head in a jarro. Sounds like a song. And John Araki with $1 super chat. And another $1 super chat. And did those come through? They did. So let's see. Why is it not showing? Okay. We'll force them to show. Let's try it again.
It's a fake.
John Araki. It's a fake. And you also got.
It's a fake.
Yeah, it's a fake again. Oh, I'm so sorry, John Araki. Maybe we'll try it one more time.
Scanning.
There you go.
Negative at this time.
There you go. You got eyebrow Dax. And
Captain's log, stardate 7414.
slapping himself,
Our best
Captain
estimates
Kirk.
place us some 4
Okay.
hours from Earth.
So, you know what? We'll leave this screen up for a bit in case any other super chats come in. They'll show. Oh, the Traveler super chat. Let's force it to show up. There we go. Khan! Okay, and we'll play it a second time just in case we can get Kissing Dax. No, we get Khan again. Thank you, though. The Travelers, is Birdo Freight 5's birthday it's a fake. No, the birthday is quite real. Chrono says John is also filthy, is also Richie Rich. And Chrono says, I'm not green. Chrono says, why should I care? It's up to you, Chronos. Richie Pools is Vertebrae 5. The Traveler is now penniless because of you. It's not my fault he's penniless. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Positive Candor with a 4-month membership, a friend of Karoga member super chat. Says Vertebrae 5, birthday stream on Monday for Whoopi Goldberg. My birthday was November 7th, and I turned 60. That's right. Happy birthday again to Positive Candor, returning 60 years old. And do I share
Captain's log,
Whoopi Goldberg's birthday? That is
our best estimates place
that
us
is
some 4 hours from Earth.
deeply unfortunate. The Travelers is Bird's birthday. It's a fake. And Yvette with a £2 Sterling super chat. Says fingers crossed for kissing Dax. Thank you, Yvette. I don't believe it was kissing Dax. But we'll run Yvette's through again as well. A lot of con this afternoon. No one seems to be getting kissing Dax. But thank you, Yvette, for that super chat. Wow. Where is the kissing Dax today? It's like somebody hid all the kissing Dax. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. So we'll see. That's got to be kissing Dax. Come on. How could it possibly be anything else? We're going to give it a second, see what comes up. Kronos says John is 2x rich, 3x rich now to Kronos. The Traveler says Richie Poole, I have 2 pennies to rub together, just not much more. Captain Phantom Nerd says Kronos, I am red now. John Aragi says hashtag prune the bird variants. That sounds like something a Loki watcher would say. And John Araki's $1 super chat, he got the Klingon bird of prey and the Defiant. Red is not good, says Kronos. Red alarm, says Kronos. The Traveler says Kronos is an asteroid. Apparently, it's quite a wealthy asteroid, or an asteroid that could make any company that owned it quite wealthy. Kronos says, hey, to the Time Dude, aka Random Menace. Richie Poole says Kronos has asteroids. Kronos has asteroids. Asteroids, really, Kronos? Pop Culture Curator says Bird. Hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing well, Pop Culture Curator. Kronos says, I didn't like that game. The Random Menace says hello to Kronos. Pop Culture Curator says hello to the guys. Kronos says hey again to Pop. And Kronos says, I can hear Mama pray. The Traveler says the Random Menace. You can celebrate Bird's birthday first. He does get to it. He's 5 years ahead. 5 hours. 5 hours ahead. Not 5 years ahead. Jesus. First I said 5 years, and I was corrected and say 5 days. The Random Menace says indeed. John Araki says happy early birthday to Mamo Frey's favorite son. I think that's fair. Kronos says Wes is a thing. Shut up, Wes. The Traveler says, I bet Ransom Menace's daughter will speak more languages than most of us in a year
Captain's
or two.
log, stardate 741.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
Our best
she
estimates
will.
place us some 4 hours from Earth.
And John Araki with another $1 super chat. But it was unfortunately face slapping Captain
Captain's log,
Kirk.
stardate 741.
And another $1 super chat
Our best
from John
estimates place
Araki.
us some 4
And
hours
another
from Earth.
face slapping Captain Kirk. And another con. Oh my God. It's like they're purposely not showing us kissing Dak. I can't believe that.
Up the damn elevator.
Oh, at least we got eyebrow Dak. Eyebrow Dak. Kronos is, and it's a fake. Chrono says, I had to get that out of my system. The Random Menace says, Olivia attended with me this week. Also, online seminars in generative AI. Oh, no, they're going to own. They're going to own the picture of your daughter. Yeah, that was a bad call. Last son of K says Kapla Bird in chat. Kapla last son of K. Chrono says hey to last. And Chrono says seminars sound boring. No, bullshit. Work seminars, they're never boring. They're always fun. It's just you have to understand how to make them. If you go there and just expect the fun to come to you, no, it's not going to happen. You gotta make them fun. But you can, and it's wonderful. Captain Phantom Nerd says broken left arm will need surgery. Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that, Captain. I didn't know you broke your left arm. I say you broke it like you did it on purpose, but like that somehow your arm got broke. Very sorry to hear that, Captain. I do hope you feel better soon. Chrono says, damn, dude. Chrono says, Captain Phantom Nerd, what did you do? Why'd you break your arm like that? The Traveler says, oh no, somebody buy Captain Phantom a new arm. Schwario says, Bird, it's been a long day. I meant happy early birthday, not belated. No worries, Schwario. Thank you. Chrono says, son of a bitch. The Random Menace says, Captain Phantom Nerd. So for a couple of weeks, you will be all right. Sorry for the bad pun. The Travelers is Bird of Prey 5. My birthday is the day after Salties. Not that you remember that either. Actually, Traveler, only because I don't really remember it being the day after Salties so much as the day after a very famous German. But yeah, I kind of remember it. Last on the case is Chronos. Sorry, had the wrong chat mode on. Fan funding. Chronos says it's a sleek 2X. It's a steak. It's a steak 2X. Captain Phantom Nerd says fell in the parking lot at the doctor and cracked. You fell in the doctor's parking lot? I don't know. That's either a cha-ching or a son of a bitch. I'm so sorry to hear that. Chrono says the Random Menace, you can always DM. The Traveler says Bird's birthday. It's a fake. And John Araki with another super chat and another. It's a fake. And and the Traveler with a $2 super chat. And yeah, says kissing Dak is a lie.
Scanning. Indications
The
negative
Traveler
at this
got
time.
eyebrow Dak for his $2. Let's try kissing Dak again. No luck. We're putting John Araki's through again. Does he get no kissing Dak? We'll put the other one of John Araki through again. And I can't believe it. No, wow. I promise you, kissing Dax is there. It is working. It is just a very, very unlikely situation that we've got going on here. Schwario is saying, Con, Con, Con. Chrono says, I'll kiss Dax before you do, Yvette. Uh, uh, yeah. Actually, I don't know. I might want to take you up on that. Which Dax? Which Dax, Chrono? Chrono says, cheers to Captain Phantom Nerd. And Chrono says, that's a lot of con. Captain Phantom Nerd says, thank you to Chronos. John Araki says, those Daxes are rigged. They're not rigged. They're not rigged. I'll try it one more time. No, but they're not rigged. Yvette says, bird, at least it wasn't. It's a fake. That's true. Chronos says, I hope you recover quickly. Last on the case is Captain Phantom Nerd. That sucks. I do whatever I can to avoid falling. Ever since I got hit by a car, slow speed, thankfully, fell and broke my right collarbone. I don't wish pain like that on anyone. I'm so sorry to hear that last one. Okay. Chronos says John is really rich. And John Araki just got, it's a fake again. John Araki wants me to say, Alexa, black alert. Alexa has been moved away from my computer because Nephew O'Prey likes to talk to her. Basically, if he talks to her too close to me, it'll wake me up when I could be napping. So we moved Alexa to the other side of the living room. So when Nephew O'Prey is here, he can have conversations with her. And we have another, It's a Fake by John Araki. John Araki, I don't know how else to prove to you that there's a chance.
Indications negative at this time.
There you go. I just reran it. I got eyebrow Dax. I'll rerun the other one. There's a chance. It's a fake. There's a chance. No, my God. It's a fake. I think God just hates you. God does not want you to see the rejoined. God does not want us to see rejoined. Why? Why? Tell us. What have we done? How have we upset you? I'm thinking about the episode Who Watches the Watchers or whatever. And like, do we need to kill Captain Picard? Would that get us kissing Dax? Maybe. The Random Menace is, how about reading the message sent with my donation? 205 donated $2.49. Thank you so much, 205. Says, wishing a happy birthday before the day is considered bad luck where I live. And anyway, birthdays are a trap. They only make us older. So I will rather wish all the best for many more revolutions around the sun. Thank you so much, 205. And to be honest, I also think that accepting a happy birthday before the day is bad luck. So I wouldn't want any early birthday wishes. I appreciate nonetheless, but I get it. And John Araki with another $2 super chat and hashtag kidding Dax. And that was also not kissing Dax. And Mama Bray says she feels the same way.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
And 205 donated $1.49 and got eyebrow Dax. And just said Dax. Well, you did get Dax. You did get Dax 205. And John Araki, it's a fake. Again, I ran it through the super chat a second time.
Oh,
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. 205. 205 donated $1.49. And on the second run through, got Kissing Dax. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Random Menace. And now John Araki. John Araki on the 99-cent super poop, super sticker run through. Second time. Yes, that's Kissing Dax. Again,
Captain's log
the Kissing Daxes are coming out of everywhere.
Our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
And John Araki with the $2 super chat, hashtag Kidding Dax, got us Captain Kirk slapping himself. Thank you. Thank you. There it is. The Kissing Daxes are not lies. Are not lies. They were there. They were always there. Chrono says, yes, I have an ass. Chrono says, Eroid. Last on the case is Godspeed on recovery to you, Captain. Fandom nerd. Absolutely. The Travelers with Vertebrae 5. I was just going to write a Dear Bop, but then my brain went Joe Biden on me, and I forgot. Oh. I'm sorry, Traveler. Kronos says, Mamo Frey likes me. I'm sure he does. Yes. Yes, Mamo Frey likes you, Kronos. And Kronos says, no gay gal kiss. We got one. We got you one, Kronos. The Traveler says the Random Menace is 5 years, 5 days, and 5 hours ahead of Karoga in time. No, just one of those. Kronos says Khan is annoying. John Araki says we have a better chance of seeing Cousin Dibs or a City Skyline stream than Kissing Dax. No, fake news. Fake news. Although I was considering doing a City Skylines 2 stream at some point. Last Son of K says Dementia Joe named his brain to the Traveler. Named his brain to Traveler. And Hakeem with a $1 super chat just got Kissing Dax. Thank you so much, Hakeem. Hakeem got it on the first try. Hakeem got it on the first try. Let's try it a second time. And on the second try, we got
our best estimates place us some
slapping face Kirk. But that's okay, Hakeem. You did it. You did it good. You did it well the first time around. Bruno says stakes aren't annoying. Random Menace says, how about reading the message I sent with my donation? I read that, and the second one was just Dax. Bruno says, peeps realize you are giving a third of your money to assholes. Yeah, but 2/3 of your money they're giving to me. John Araki says, Captain Phantom Nerd lost a fight with the salty vampire. And that's why he broke his arm. Chrono says, peeps are throwing money at Bird like a stripper. They're making it rain. Chrono says, steak. Last on the case is Chronos, the a-holes at Google could wipe out all the independent content creators on YouTube and still make money hand over fist from the mass media network contract and ads they'd have. Indeed. And Kronos again yells, steak! Actually, last weekend, Sisso Prey was here, and one of the restaurants she ordered from one night was Peter Luger's, which, for those who don't know, it's a very fancy, expensive steak restaurant. And even though I really don't eat much steak anymore these days, so she didn't ask me what steak I wanted, because I would have said none. So she didn't get for me. She got for her and Mama Prey, but she knew I would have some. But she didn't ask me because, right, but which was good, because I wouldn't have said, I would have said exactly, I didn't want anything anyway. So that's fine that she didn't ask me. So the point is that I like my steak medium or even medium rare, whereas Mama Frey likes hers well done or above well done, like super well done. But Sisso Prey asked for it to be super well done, and they, for the very rare time, actually, went along with it, and they made it super well done. And even despite it being way overcooked beyond what I would usually, it was still good. It was still pretty good. And then the bread that they sent with it was even more delicious. And the extras and the what did we have? Cream spinach was super delicious. It was all really good. It was a nice steak dinner I actually did have last weekend. I consider that my birthday. That was my birthday dinner. And I wouldn't want too much of it, because I can't eat that much anymore. But it worked out last week. So yum. The Travelers with Vertebrae 548. Salty is a famous German. No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's true. He does not know how to speak German. Kronos' Bird should check out Rumble. I have a Rumble. In fact, I believe all of my YouTubes are simulcast on Rumble. So yeah, I have Rumble. You should be able to look me up on Rumble. Kronos says, go gay gal action. No. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, I can't find the membership chat. Gorilla, at this point, the membership chat is next Tuesday. Right. This coming Tuesday. So it's actually Tuesday the 14th. So I have not yet set up the members chat for this month, Gorilla. It will next week sometime Tuesday morning, more than likely, I will set up the membership chat. It's next week. Kronos says, I like Esri. I like cuteness. I like cuteness too, Kronos. Last on the case says they decided to continue to make out in a quiet, dark corner of our little clubhouse. Kissing Dax. Yeah, we can always go to the actual Kissing Dax. In fact, we probably will do that. Let's do that now. Let's do that now while we can. And oh yes, we got it all loaded up, ready to go. Kissing Dax. This is, of course, just a reminder. We are remembering history in the making. This was one of the first lesbian kisses broadcast on television in the United States. It wasn't the first. It wasn't the first, but I would say it is easily the most passionate lesbian kiss broadcast up to that point. And by passion, I do mean that you can see they spared no expense. There was 100% exchange of fluids, of saliva. There was 100% tongue on tongue action. And look, you can see they're smelling each other. They're looking into each other's eyes. I 100% believe that these two women were as deeply in love as any man and woman I had ever known to play a part on TV as a married couple, or on stage or television or movie at all. So bravo, well done. And, we will always remember. You will always remember that day that Rejoined premiered on October 30th, 1990 something, and taught us all the love that is Kissing Dax. Nemesis of Eden says, Kapla, Berto Pray 5. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're doing well today, Nemesis of Eden. Kronos says, hey to Nemesis. The Random Menace says, the plan is Olivia will speak 4 languages, since we speak also 4 languages all the time around the house. So let me guess. English, German, Slovakian, and Karogan. Mamo Price says Russian. I say Karogan. Chinese? You mean Cantonese or the other one? Mandarin. Yeah. See, if I was supposed to learn Chinese, which one should I learn? I don't know either. Yeah, ask our neighbor which one they Chrono says, good time to hear the good time to learn things is when you are young. Yes. And he says, wow, I hate you too. Last on the case is 6 years since the break, 2 surgeries later. It nags every so often, but is far better than back then. Oh, well, it's good to know that it's far better. Last on the case. Last on the case is Bird secretly turned it off to get us to donate more trying to see Kissing Dax. If I could have done that, I would have told you, but I can't. The Traveler says, God just hates you. God Emperor Berto Prey 5 on 11/10/2023. Kronos says, Picard is a robo something. Don't watch STD. Wow, YouTube is censoring me. No shock here. You're completely right. You're completely right. And Kronos says, hey to Akeem. And Kronos yells, gay gals. Last on the case is $500 in super chats later. Bird is laughing. Well, I am laughing a bit, but thank you guys. Last on the case is he said, Brian as an extension of the joke, Bird, zoomed right over your head. Yes, it did, because I still don't know what the hell we're talking about. Kirk is Spanky, yells Kronos. Random says, I'm actually 6 hours ahead of Bird and 9 hours ahead of Wes. Last on the case is BRIAN, Brian Bird. Brian. Did I say brain before? So Mamo Frey was talking to Sisso Frey earlier. And Sisso Frey wanted to convey a story to Mamo Frey without Nephew O'Prey understanding what Sisso Frey was saying. So what mothers commonly do, or people around kids, is they will spell out words that they don't believe their child understands yet. So earlier today, Sisso Frey spelled out to Mamo Frey, but that she said that she had a BADDREAM, and she didn't want to say bad dream, I guess, for some reason. But Mamo Frey completely missed the fact that Sisso Frey spelled out bad dream, and then Sisso Frey proceeded to say some terrible things that happened to a family member. And Mamo Frey was like, oh my God. It's like, oh my God. I can't yell and say it's a bad dream, Mamo Frey, because for whatever reason, Sisso Frey didn't want Nephew O'Prey to overhear that phrase.
Said bad drama.
Right. Mamo Frey thought she yelled out bad drama. So Mamo Frey was thinking this stuff had really happened in the family. And I can just see this was not going well. So I yelled out to Sisso Frey, like, Sisso Frey, you better mute it for a second, because I had to explain to Mamo Frey what she's missing. And so thankfully, she muted it for a second, so I could explain. Said, bad dream, Mamo Frey. Bad dream. None of this really happened. Yeah, you really can't spell things out in front of him, because he's learning a lot of words. He's certainly picking up the spelling of words. Yeah. But this is probably the last time you're going to get away with spelling that out. Cronus says, time dudes have the power. Time dudes have time power. with cat. The random menace is indeed the Kronos. Kronos says cats' lives matter. Kronos says Mama Bray like steaks well done. Unsubbing. Oh yeah, Kronos. Mama Bray does not like rare or even medium beef. No pink for Mama Bray. But she's happy with just vegetables. Where are we? Cast lives matter. Bruno says, I'm out. Last Son of K says, a charcoal briquette. Positive Candor says, Bird of Prey 5. I thought that you said that City Skylines 2 was a big freaking mess right now, and that you would play it later after numerous patches and fixes. It is a big mess, and it is, I would say that the original City Skylines is still a better game. That said, after working with City Skylines 2 a little longer, I have managed to get it to work. And I guess they put out a few patches. So at the moment, it's working enough to do a small city. And it's running. The problem is, it's boring and ugly. It's boring and ugly, and it's disappointing. But I could do one city. All the cities look the same. All the cities are looking the same. So, we could do a city, build it, but after a while, it would just get boring. And unfortunately, as disappointing as City Skylines 2 is, I gotta say that was not the end of my disappointment this weekend, or this week. Today, November 10th, was also the premiere of For All Mankind, Season 4. I have been waiting for this show to come back for a year. It was my favorite show of the last year, maybe second only to Cobra Kai, but it was close. I'll be honest, this was close. For All Mankind is an hour long. Cobra Kai is only 30 minutes. Cobra Kai is a comedy, whereas For All Mankind is a drama. And it's sci-fi. It's really close as to which of the two would actually be my absolute favorite show. And then I guess Yellowstone is up there too, but For All Mankind is certainly up there to be my favorite airing show. And unfortunately, Season 4, Episode 1, a big disappointment. I'm not going to go into spoilers. I do still think it's worth watching. I imagine that it will get better. It's still Ronald D. Moore is still the brains behind the show, and Ronald D. Moore has done some amazing work, some great Star Trek episodes, He was the brains behind the reimagined Battlestar Galactica. He's done great things. I'm confident in time it will still be overall a good show. But as a premiere episode to season 4, this was a little too little for me. It didn't have some of the things I was looking for. I guess in hindsight, I don't know. You know, every season in For All Mankind, they jump ahead 8 to 10 years. And so, we started this in the 1960s, and now we're in the early to mid 2000s. And frankly, people are retiring and dying, and the characters that you started the show with are starting to age out. So they can't be in the show. If they were 30 years old in 1960, well, now they're 70 plus years old, and not every 70-year-old can be as spry as Mama Prey. So they're starting to, and let's face it, they have dangerous jobs. So they don't all make it to their twilight years. Those that do want to move away with their loved ones and leave the space program. So even though they're not dead, they're not part of the show anymore. And those that did stay, not all of them made it. So yeah, it's hard, but I'll keep watching. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this first episode, Mama Frey and I both found it disappointing. That upset me, because I was hoping it would be a great episode, and it would be like kind of my birthday gift to me, would have been watching the episode. But no. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, "How dare you ruin a good steak? That should be treated as treason." Oh my God. Yvette says, "Bird, my sister asked for her steak to be cremated. I'm deadly serious. So embarrassing." It happens. Some people like it that way, Yvette. My entire life, Mama Prey would always ask for her meat extra, extra well done. They couldn't make it well done enough. She used. Okay, so Mama Prey saying the steak we just had was the first time meat was a little overcooked for her. So a little overcooked for Mama Prey is very well cooked. But here's the thing. The steak was so good from its natural medium self that even super overcooked, it was still okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad steak. I still ate it. I still enjoyed it. I just knew it was overcooked. The Random Menace is steak with bread. Well done. 2 crimes against the cow population. Chrono says moo. Last on the cases, I would ask for no more than medium well, usually medium rare. No mooing steaks for me. Yes. Oh, there was the time my cousin, where they went to a steakhouse up in the Adirondacks, and my cousin, who I guess was one of the younger people at the time, he said he wanted it raw. He meant rare, but he ordered it raw. And so this restaurant gave him a raw piece of meat, a raw steak on his plate, and he was ready to eat it. He was ready to eat it. And somebody noticed, like, that's raw. And like, well, he asked for it raw. Obviously, he meant rare. But they cooked it. I guess they took it back and were happy to cook it at least rare. But yeah, maybe if a kid tells you raw, you don't. I don't know what was happening. Like, I don't blame him. Like, obviously, an adult should have been listening. But if you're a waiter and a child tells you that they want a steak done raw, maybe you get confirmation from an adult before you do that. I don't know. So it's a difficult position to be in. But I'd also say if you're a parent and your kid doesn't understand the difference between raw and rare, you don't let them order for themselves. But I don't know. I wasn't there. This was before my time. I was a little baby if I was there. I was younger than Olivia. Last on the, well, maybe same age. Last on the cases, I would ask for no more than medium well. That's right. No mooing. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Dear Bob, what time are you doing Wordle so I can have a Jaja ready to hit enter for? A few minutes, Gorilla. Chrono says, there is bop bop. There are a few dear bops. There was two. I think there were two dear bops when I checked before. Gay Gal Dax says Kronos. Miss Lundell says, my steak needs to be bleeding and still have marks where the jockey was hitting it. Oh, ouch. Kronos says, hey to Lundell. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Kronos says, that's really rare. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Miss Lundell, if it has jockey marks, then it would be horse meat. Oh, that is nasty. Miss Lundell says, I still say Terry was having way too much fun filming that scene. She was clearly into it. Bruno says, I've heard horse meat isn't that bad. And Crow says, oh, just get a room. They were in her room. The Random Menace is unleash Wordle on us. Deeply in love, says Kronos. The Travelers is what happened. How deep does the love go? The Traveler says, no mic. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry, no audio. Miss Lundell says there was no love there. It was all full, uninhibited lust. But bet both of them had to take cold showers afterwards. Last on the case is in the words of John Lovett. Acting. The Traveler says, oh, never mind. My headset got unplugged. Kronos' cold shower jokes are a thing. Kronos says, Unplugged was a good show on MTV back in the day. Kronos says, Shitty Walk Mandarin is the more used, says Yvette. Mandarin is the more used. Random Menace is Slovak, German, English, and Hungarian. Erica is Hungarian. In China, Mandarin is the most spread. Cantonese is local. I always figured Cantonese was spelt with a C. First time I seen it spelt with a K. Oh, Chinese restaurants here, yeah. I'll always say Cantonese with a C. Bruno says, I wish I knew Hungarian. Yvette says, jinx to Joseph. Random says, Kronos, Hungarian is the most illogical language on the planet. Kronos says, Random Menace, please don't make me feel any more shame. Random Menace asks Yvette why. Kronos needs a beer. Yvette says, I think Welsh is the worst. They don't use vowels. Last on the cases, Dementia Joe is so lost mentally, he calls his brain. He calls his brain Brian. I get it now. Okay. I get it now. Thank you, Last on a K. The Traveler says, the Random Menace, do you have any kind of daylight savings time or hour change for the fall and spring? Yes, he does. Yvette says, Mandarin Joseph, we typed it at the same time. Kronos says, teach your daughter correctly. Dan Ben says, spelling out bath in front of a dog. That's right, yes. Sassy needs a BATH.
Sassy has not adjusted to the time.
Yeah, I know Sassy hasn't adjusted the time change.
She used to wake me up exactly at 7 if I wasn't awake.
She used to wake you up at 7.
Yeah.
Now she wakes you up at 6. Yeah.
If I'm not already up.
Last on the cases, that's funny in hindsight. Kronos says she's got to have a tail of prey. You lost faith in her, Kronos. She doesn't have a tail anymore. She had one, but she started crying when she heard you lost faith in her. Stanley says, uh-oh, did someone get caught? Kronos says, hey to Stan. Stanley says, has Birdo Prey 5 been teaching his nephew dirty words? No. Kronos says, rumble. The Traveler says, Random Menace, interesting. We are not the only ones that the odd time change. No, Europe does them too. They do them a week earlier, but they do them. Stanley says, you're a lost cause, but the kid doesn't have to talk like a sailor too. Oh, but he does, because Sissopray cares not. Sissopray is very open with the way she speaks. And he repeats. The Random Menace says, Yvette, now I get it. Kronos says, I could make pink jokes. The Random Menace is the Traveler indeed, and it's stupid. Kronos says, Garfield O'Prey is still sticking. Yes, he is. Dan Ben says, I used to play The Simpsons Tapped Out. Were you on Design Springfield? Stop playing the game ages ago. Yeah. TV rant, says Dan Ben. Last on the cases, I used to enjoy my steaks well done and with steak sauce when I was younger, but now I enjoy a good steak with a little real butter, a little blood, and juicy with no sauce. Tastes so much better. Absolutely, it does. Kronos' Karoga is drama in the mines. That's what she said. And Crow says, what year is this? Cheers to Mama Pray. The raw steak would have been probably 1988. Okay, I don't know. 88, I would have been 10 years old. Probably 84. Was I? No. Okay, so maybe 88. So I wasn't a baby. I was just a kid. I don't remember it happening. What a waste of a steak, says Chris. Jim's Landscape LLC says, hail bird in chat. Kapla, Jim's Landscape. And Jim's Landscape puts up the Repair 3 video. Kronos is yelling, moo steak. Jim's Landscape is hailing to Kronos. Again, Kronos says, there are no adults here. Last on the case says, I don't believe a child's metabolism can handle a raw steak. Some adults can't either, but many can. Mr. Ed sounds tasty. No, Kronos. Kronos said that. I'm afraid I was going to tell a tale. Now you made her sick, Kronos. The random man says horse steaks are better than beef. I don't know about that. Positive Candor, says Bird of Prey. Hello, Positive Candor. Chrono says hooved animals are tasty. Positive Candor says Bird of Prey, are you going to watch the new Battlestar Galactica when it's available? Probably. I'll try it. We'll see how it goes. Dan Ben says the steak tartare is raw ground minced beef dish from France. It was in an episode of TV comedy Mr. Bean, where he's in a restaurant on his birthday and orders steak, gets his meal, and hides it in places. Kronos says new Battlestar. Dan Ben says Welsh people in Wales have some of the longest train stations. Kronos says rip to Welchie. Kronos says he misses Futurama. Dan Ben says I'm not sure that the new Battlestar continuation will ever happen, or the CW reboot of Babylon 5. Dan Ben says Futurama has been renewed for 2 more seasons. Well, that, I'll be completely honest, Dan Ben, I really don't care about it. This Hulu this last season of Futurama on Hulu was so boring that I watched it, but I stopped. And I'm in no rush to start watching again. So I really don't care. But thank you. It is, I suppose it's good to know. Kronos says, please no reboots. And now Kronos is sad that Mama Prey is crying. Dan Ben says, CW making a new version of Babylon 5 was announced years ago. Kronos has stopped remaking things. Dan Ben says the CW version of Charmed just turned out to be in a parallel universe, and at the end, they go to the house from the original show. Kronos says Deej is the father. Deej is the father, says Kronos. Deej put it out. Deej has been doing his farm-like videos. Dan Ben says the Quantum Leap show is a remake, but set in the same universe. Yeah, that we've been watching. Not a giant fan of the remake. The random man says, lol, Erica told me that if I will not control my language, the C word will be Olivia's first word. I guess that's a serious issue you guys have. Dan Vance's I had steak in a restaurant once with parsley butter on it, and my eyes were so watery. Cronos' watery eyes sounds like a song. Cronos says, oh no. The traveler says, I want to try some snake sometime. Cronos says, I've gone and done it. Mike Richards says, Cronos is a troublemaker. Cronos says he's a friendly troll under a bridge, and he doesn't Hulu. Dan Ben says, it's not fun having your eyes water at different times for unknown reasons. The reasons is because the meat is just so goddamn delicious. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, apparently I have to take a day off because they closed school so the football team can go play in the state finals. Congratulations. Kronos' eye squirts are the worst. Dan Ben says remake or continuation. Kronos is bring back SGU. Ahoy and good day. Hey, Scotty. Scotty R37 is in the chat. Kapla, Scotty. Okay, so we got to the chat. I talked about how For All Mankind, Season 4, Episode 1, which is out today on Apple TV Plus, is a tremendous disappointment. I really enjoyed pretty much every other episode they've ever done, and I was so looking forward to this season, and it's like, all the people I wanted to see or see more of, they're either dead or dying or gone, or we didn't get to see anything about them. Like, there's still a couple people where I don't know if they died at the end of last season or not. I didn't have any reason to think they died, but I didn't see anything about them. So I'm confused. There is one person that we don't know what happened to them, but it's clear they didn't survive. They didn't tell us what happened to them yet. Yeah, it's disappointing. So I don't want to spoil it, but we'll see. If I'd still recommend watching it because it's still 3 great seasons, and I'm confident that by the end of the 4th season, it will still be worth watching, even if the 4th season ends up being a boring season. There's still 3 great seasons before it. With that, let's go ahead and check on the days of today. November 10th, holidays. International Accounting Day. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of holidays today. It's the Marine Corps birthday. Marine Corps birthday. The P and the S are silent. The Corps continues its proud tradition as protectors of the U.S. and its people. It's National Vanilla Cupcake Day. Vanilla Cupcake Day? How did I miss that? It's Sesame Street Day. Did you know Sesame Street is the most widely viewed kids show in the world? Apparently it is. Can you tell me how to get to? Is that the words? To Sesame Street. I think it's like that. Does Nephew of Prey even watch Sesame Street? Hmm. It's area code day. Learn more about your area code, why they matter in this day and age. All I know is that back in the day when they did matter, New York City was 212 because it was the fastest 3 digits you could possibly dial on a rotary phone. Then we needed more. And so then Brooklyn and the other boroughs got 718. But by that time, everybody had touch phones, touch tone phones. So it was just as quick to dial 718 as 212. It's Forget Me Not Day. The holiday pays tribute to returning soldiers who have endured things that truly can't be forgotten. That seems like the wrong flower. No, Veterans Day is tomorrow, technically. The 11th is Veterans Day. Today is the 10th. Today it might be observed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, today's the 10th. Today's the 10th. It's National Donor Sabbath. A life spent in service of others is a life worthwhile. A quote attributed to Albert Einstein. That's very confusing. National Direct-to-Consumer Friday. It's National Direct-to-Consumer Friday. Join us as we get ready to hashtag shop better. USMC Day. Celebrate the fearsome might of the U.S. Marines as we mark the Marine Corps birthday. So a second Marine Corps Day. World Immunization Day. Let us take charge of our own health by getting immunized and educating others. Yeah, good luck with that. World Keratoconus Day. Let us raise awareness and educate others about this eye disorder on World Keratoconus Day. And finally, World Science Day for Peace and Development. Let's see how you can make a positive contribution for the promotion of scientific knowledge in your community. And with that, get ready to put in your 5-letter word for Wordle. For Wordle. Dan Ben says Amazon is most likely to bring Stargate back in a new movie not connected to the TV franchise. Traveler says Stargate? Question mark. Kronos says SGU could still be a thing. Jim Landscape is hail to Scotty, who says, hey, Jim. Dan Ben says Kronos, I don't think so from YouTube channels about Stargate. I've seen Amazon most likely create a new Stargate not connected to TV franchise. Start with a movie. Kronos says one can only hope, or one can hope. The Traveler says these holidays are always silly. LDG at hashtag free the net says it was better than Loki by a billion. He's meaning For All Mankind was way better than Loki. Kronos says corpse. Dan Ben says many TV shows have ended with a character maybe dying or not. I think Sopranos, you hear a gunshot at the end, and the TV show with the lady cop who doesn't forget anything, her cop partner gets shot. The Travelers' Marine Corps Day is cool. Random Menace is Corpse Birthday. Kronos is lolling. Dan Benz is Elmo and Cookie Monster. Last on the case says, with Rings of Power as anything to go by, Amazon will probably wokeify the shit out of Stargate. Thank you for your service. Positive Candace of Vertebrae 5, they wrote Danny off of For All Mankind. Yes, I see that, Positive Candor. Glad I saw the episode before reading that. I'm not surprised, but I think they're going to give us more detail later on as to why. Last on the case is Woke Street. Kronos says, whoever makes up these days now needs to go F themselves. The Traveler says, that's where all those 718 calls are coming from. Dan Van says, here comes the forget-me-nots. Here comes the Men in Black. Random Menace misses his rotary phone. Chrono says, the shit is so retarded, you have no idea. This shit is no retarded. You have no idea. Last on the case is today, the federal observance of Veterans Day for federal employees that only work Monday through Friday. Corona says, so no mamo pray, tail o pray. She has a short one, but I have to do Wordle first. I was about to do Wordle. Well, why don't you do it while I do Wordle? Dan Benz says, my landline phone doesn't get phone calls to make the longest phone. My landline phone at home gets phone calls to make the longest phone number companies from not make. The Traveler says it's also Crayon Cake Day. If you say so, the Traveler. Chrono says World Rotary Phone Day. Rotary Phone Day. The Traveler says crash, crash, crash. What are you talking about, crash? Oh, Gorilla has an oh, you want crash as the 5-letter word? Well, Gorilla wants a jaja. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to do both. But here, while I play Wordle, is a tale from Mamo Pray.
Hi, guys. I hope everyone's enjoying their Friday or whatever day it is where you are.
Just a heads up. Gorilla, a jaja is not a word. It's not an acceptable word. So sorry, I can't use it.
Okay. Well, I've spoken about the situation going on with my brother in Florida, and that he needed to be from the hospital to go to the rehab, and he's having, besides physical issues, memory issues. And I really felt I was doing absolutely everything I could to help him. But I have to admit, I lost it on him the other morning. Now, he's called here quite often, late at night, middle of the night, early morning, and I basically didn't say anything. I did tell him that we needed some rules. Not to call before 8 a.m., and please don't call after 10 p.m. And, well, the next day, he calls me up and he remembered what I said. And he said, well, I know it's not 8 yet, but it's almost there, so I thought you'd be up. That was 7:45. I didn't mind. I was up. But then he called at like 4:15 a.m. I lost it. I was so tired and exhausted. I actually yelled at him, and then I felt so bad. 'Cause I know he really doesn't know. I'm used to him calling and asking the same questions 3 and 4 times, and I answer them, and I do remind him, "We spoke of this yesterday," or something like that, and, he knows that he has a problem with memory. But anyway, we've spoken again since I yelled at him. I hope he forgets I yelled at him. But the point being is that one conversation, he's been asking for his wallet since he's there. And we're telling him that the facility he's in really don't want anyone to have anything that could be stolen. And a wallet with ID in it is prime target. I don't know why Sassy's barking. Excuse me.
Yeah, I better go check.
She wants food. Okay. She'll be all right. Anyway, so over and over and over, we've told him you really shouldn't have your wallet. Finally, I spoke with my nephew, who's the one down there that has control of everything. And we both agreed at the same time, take out all the ID and give him his wallet. There's pictures in it of his late wife and of his whole life. So, in between that time, I'm talking to my brother and he says he needs a nail file. That he used to always keep a nail file in his wallet. He said, when I worked for Daddy, and he's talking 50 years ago. Over 50 years ago. And he's telling me that when he had to wait online and sit in the truck and wait on this long line, that he would take the nail file out of his wallet and use it. And I said to him, brother, that was over 50 years ago. Do you really think you have the nail file still in your wallet? Do you have the same wallet for 50 years? He says, yeah, why would I change it? Well, I thought he had lost it. I really did. But I said, okay. Long story short, he made an ass out of me. My nephew brings him the wallet, and sure enough, in the wallet is a nail file. I'm sure the same one from 50 years ago. So his short-term memory is going, but his long-term memory is spot on. And I had to laugh. So I am not quick to jump on things that don't seem right to me anymore. And that's my tale for the day. He seems to be adjusting in general. and he knows he needs the help they're giving him. So that, at least at the moment, he knows that. He might forget it tomorrow, but it's okay. Guys, I'm running. I finished my tale, and Sassy wants her food. She is not getting used to this hour difference here. I must feed her. Everybody enjoy your weekend. And Bird is...
I got Wordle.
You got Wordle. Okay, well, you go ahead. Sassy, come over.
Took me to the 6th try, but I got it. I don't do Wordle well under pressure. But I did get it.
It's normal.
So 47 Yorktown wanted me to do with bacon. The Traveler said kaboom. Kronos said vulva. Mike Richards says ginkgo farm. Ginkgo farm. The Random Man says I gave you a hint earlier. Hakeem says turds. Kronos says Bird is going to cheat. You know, Kronos, I do not appreciate every day I post my Birdle score. Every day I post my Birdle score on Twitter or whatever the fuck it's called these days. And Kronos always calls me a cheat. Every fucking time. Cheat. Cheat, 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 cheat. Thanks, Kronos. I get it. Hakeem says turds. Kronos says Bird's going to cheat. Of course he does. Jaja, not a word, apparently. Gorilla, I tried. Kronos says cheat. Dan Bannon says it's like people who want Star Wars to make a sequel to an old video game. Disney wouldn't do that. It's not canon. They would make a new version of the game. Kronos says, don't bring up Uncle Paulie. Last on the case is the 3 numbers used to call in an emergency exist because there are at least likely 3 numbers to be dialed randomly on a rotary phone. You guys have 999. Yeah, that's not a great number for an emergency. It takes a really long time to dial. Chrono says, has Mama Pray forgiven me? Yes, she forgave you. The Traveler says, use my word, crash. I did. It was a good word, 3 letters. 3 letters off the top. In the right spot. Miss Lundell says flake. Chrono says cheat. Then he says woohoo. Last on the case is Bird gets Wordle in 6. Haha. It's hard. It's hard when you're under pressure. Everybody's watching you. Gorilla's Random Thought says it's a Hawaiian crow. Last on the case is Mama Pray Tail. Yay. Dan Ben says my landline phone at home, if you do caller ID, pretty long phone number, turns out to be from a company. The Traveler says point. Really, Bird? Is Bird even trying? Yeah, I was trying to get different letters, Traveler. It's strategy. It's strategy. Gorilla says, Bird, I did wait till 4 other words were in the chat. There's no worries, Gorilla. No worries. No, it's not dementia, Kronos. Oh, maybe my uncle. Yeah, maybe my uncle. Not me. Not yet. Probably. The randomness as a traveler, I always start with the point, swear, bulky, so I eliminate 15 letters. Oh, I always start with point, swear, and bulky to eliminate 15 letters. That's a good strategy. The travelers with random menace, you use strategies. Does bird? No, not really. Chrono says, I can't imagine. My strategy is to ask the universe. I use my ESP and I listen for whatever the universe tells me to use. And more often than not, I'm pretty successful. But I can't be under pressure. It's got to be quiet, and I can't be under pressure. Last one, okay, called it. The traveler says, Random Menace, you're correct. I guess it was being uncalled for. Kronos says, thanks to Mama Prey. Poor Sassy is hungry, says Traveler. Last on the case is thanks to Mama Prey. Kronos says, cheater. Last on the case is I was joking when I called Bird getting it in 6. You got it, though. Jedi Bill says, thank you, Mama Prey. Love ya. Thank you, Jedi Bill. Kronos is lolling. The Traveler says Kronos will get the wrath of Bird. Kurogans always cheat, says Kronos. That is fake news. Hey, Bill. Cody guy says cheater. No. Mike Richards says he did shoot Salty in the back. I had to shoot him. He was trying to destroy the fucking Temple of Peace. I would have shot him in the face, but his back was to me. What was I supposed to do? Walk around to shoot him in the face? He would have done more damage if I had to walk over there. Last on the case is Bird. I am a New Englander. I use 911. I was accounting other countries, not stating 911 specifically. Gotcha. Yeah, I hear ya. Todd Jenny, hey.
Oh,
said,
yeah.
Not Ryan Johnson with a $10 donation. Just got kissing Dax. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and kapla. Hail Karoga. Did Bird cheat again? Wait. That's the norm around here. Carry on. I tell you what, for $10, if you want to say that's the norm, I'm not gonna complain. But I did not cheat. I did not cheat. Todd Jenny says, hello, Prey 5, Kapla. Sorry to be away. My life has been awful this week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Todd Jenny. I hope it gets better. Kronos says hey to Wes and hey to Todd. Kronos says, I go with anatomy. Miss Lindell's Groovy Movies says tomorrow's Groovy Watch Party movie will be Sleepy Hollow, beginning at 3 p.m. Central. You're all invited. The Traveler says we should build some large towers around your house to help with your ESP. Probably would help. Star Trek Nitpickers, Kapla all. Kapla Star Trek Nitpickers. Welcome. Star Trek Nitpickers puts in a bird of prey, Peregrine flag, General Chang, alpaca, and what's that? Some sort of groovy planet emojis. Chrono says Under Pressure is a good song. Todd Jenny says my girlfriend Bob landed the car into a field. Oh no. Bob landed the car into a field last Saturday. She's bruised and healing, but the car is in the turd wrecking yard. Well, if the card protected her, Jenny, then the car did what it was meant to do. I hope your girlfriend feels better soon. Kronos says, hey to nitpickers. Random Menace is on this day in 1997. Worf and Jadzia got married. Really? Today was the day of that episode? Awesome. Kronos says, wow, bird. And now we get the kissing Dax. Yes. Kronos says, I like Esri more. Kronos says, gay gals. Last on the says, it was constipated earlier. Now it's just sitting them out. Kronos says, oh crap, there's a groovy movie. Alpaca Lives Matter. And anyone hate daylight savings time. Everyone hates daylight savings time. At least we hate changing. Back and forth, back and forth. Fuck it. I'm done. Not changing it anymore. I don't know what's going to happen. Just going to say, yeah, have Mama Gray roll my hospital bed to the window. And I'm going to yell out the window, say, I'm tired as hell of changing my clocks. And I'm not going to change it anymore. Of course, it'll be at 3 a.m. and no one's going to hear me. Then I'll fall asleep and I'll wake up and all my clocks will have changed on their own because
If they stop daylight savings.
Well, imagine if they stopped daylight savings, it would be great.
Yeah.
The clocks that automatically do it all get updates. I mean, there are clocks that are pre-programmed, but very few anymore. But the last time they changed it, pretty much anything that got that update would still get updates. Last on the case is, or is it 4 a.m? No. Bird is sometimes an awesome possum, says Kronos. Todd Jenny says, now I'm a hitchhiker in the galaxy. Do people still hitchhike? Of course they do. I mean, I don't think it's smart, but I don't think it ever was. I remember hearing Uncle Dom that he hitchhiked from New York to Indiana or somewhere when he'd come back from the war or something, or he hadn't gone to the war yet. I think he was still young. He was a kid. And he was going to visit. He was 14 years old and he was going to visit family. As a 14-year-old, my uncle, my great uncle, my grandmother's brother, hitchhiked from New York City to Indiana to go find his family out there. And he would occasionally send back postcards to let his family know where he was. Of course, it would take days for the postcards to get home. So the fact that he sent one and mailed it didn't mean that's where he was. It's just that he was still alive. And that was acceptable behavior. It's crazy. He didn't have money. Yeah, you have to stop and make money along the way. Oh, dear Bops. Yes, dear Bops. I'll get to those in a second. Random Menace says, my mom brought last year a new kitchen. Oven, microwave are connected to the Wi-Fi. Even the clocks on those change automatically. Yeah. Cash, grass, or ass. Did he know the rules of the road? Asked family. Kronos says, I have to go later, taters. Later, Kronos. Okay. Dear Bop's time. Dear Bop. Oh my God. There were 2 Dear Bops before we started. There's now 28. 29. I don't know we're going to get through 29.
Would you like me to stop?
Hopefully, most of these are all the same and end up just deleting a bunch. Okay. Dear Bob, what do you want for your birthday? Mom will pray.
I didn't send that. I did ask you in person, but I did not send the deal.
This wasn't you.
It wasn't me, but I did ask you that question.
I know. Okay, but if this is not Mom will pray, I'm skipping it. What do I want for my birthday? I just want Mom will pray to have a good, happy day. That's what I want. Because if Mom will pray has a good day, I'll have a good day.
Right. It works the other way. I have a good day when you're having a good day.
Well, I want you to have a good day, so I'll know that means I have a good day. Right. Okay. It's funny how that works.
I'm looking up on Amazon where I can buy a good day.
Dear Bob, remember that thing? Oh, shit. Sorry. Remember that thing that guy did that pissed you off that time? He was such an ass. I see what you're doing. Remind me which guy, which time. Then we can reminisce. Dear Bob, I have a joke for you. I hope you like it. 3 of the world's greatest spies get captured. Well, they aren't that great then, are they? One spy is French, one is British, and the other is Italian. Their captors come into the cell and grab the French spy and tie his hands behind a chair in the next room. They torture him for 1 hour before he answers all questions and gives up all his secrets. The captors throw the French spy back into cell and grab the British spy. They tie his hands to the chair as well and torture him for 4 hours before he tells them what they want to know. They throw him back in the cell and grab the Italian spy. They tie his hands to the back of the chair and begin torturing him. 1 hour goes by and the spy isn't talking. Then 4 hours. Then after 24 hours, they give up and throw him back into the cell. The British and the French spy are impressed and ask how he managed not to talk. The Italian guy responds, I wanted to, but I couldn't move my hands. Oy. Yeah, I saw where that was going. Dear Bob, I want eye candy. I want candy. I want candy. Is this candy? Yeah, I want candy. Yeah. Dear Bob, do you recommend playing any of these old Star Trek Klingon video games? No, I've never played them before. I played Klingon Academy once, but honestly, not at the time they were made. Dear Bob, is this Simpsons image containing Ned nudity exactly how it looked in the show? Ned nudity. No, that is not how it looked in the show. There was nothing hanging between Ned's legs. Kissing Dax GIF. That is not, goddamn it, kissing Dax. Dear Bob, kissing Dax image. I'm going to guess this is not kissing Dax. Oh, there it is. Okay. Kissing Dax grid.
Steve, Charlie.
Okay. Dear Bob, kissing Dax. I'm glad it works on your live video now. Dear Bob, have you ever used that pay in installments on Amazon? And if you have, how well does it work? No, I've never used it. I've never used it, and I would never suggest anyone use. I'm in need of a new queen size box spring, and it costs about $120. But if I do payments, it's 13 something a month. Well, I would strongly suggest you don't get in the trouble of buying something you can't afford. If you can't afford, if you have a credit card, then pay the credit card under their whatever you have set up with the credit card. But I really would discourage from getting into individual debts over individual purchases. Dear Bob, my parents need to care for me because of medical issues, but I think they just want to give up and not care anymore. That's a possibility. It's very sad if true. If you're an adult, you should be able to make a determination if you'd rather be a ward of the state. Most cases, I would suggest not. But if you're an adult, that's something you might need to consider. Dear Bob, strippers make it rain. No, not the strippers. The customers. The customers make it rain. The Travelers, I remember once he had over 60 Dear Bops. Todd Jenny says, you being pissed off like T-Berg taking over the Bird Tower. Go T-Berg, says Todd Jenny. Dan Van doesn't like these really long Dear Bops. Last Son of K is laughing. Dan Van says, that's not the real Lisa Simpson. Cody Guy is lolling. Dan Van never played any of those. The Travelers is, someone is messed up. Dan Van says, I remember the Ned in the shower being blurred out. I don't think they had it. I don't think they showed it at all. Jedi Bill says, hey, I am using that feature bird. I only have 3 more payments. Well, if it works for you, Bill, then that's great. I don't like getting into predicaments like that. But you know what? I guess I'm also in a position where I don't need to buy a box spring. If I did need one emergency and I didn't have the money, I guess I would consider it. Todd James says, don't become a ward of the state of Caroga. Another one, do strippers make it rain? Dear Bob, guess the Frank Sinatra song by these lyrics, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unlikely way of running out. You're on this date with me. The pickings will be lush, but yes. And yet before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. So luck be a lady tonight. Dear Bob, Frank Sinatra lyrics are luck be a lady. Yes. Dear Bob, do you have a current physical copy of the New York subway map in your house? No. No, I don't have a physical copy. At least not that I know of. Dear Bob, if you take your top 10 favorite Scrubs episodes, I can stop you right there. I never watched Scrubs. I don't have 10 favorite episodes. I don't think I've seen 10 episodes. I might have seen 1 or 2. And I don't know any of their titles. Which would you recommend I should watch? I'm having my girlfriend come around. We're watching Evening of TV, and we'll choose several comedy shows, including Seinfeld and The Office US. Well, if your girlfriend is coming over to watch TV shows, you only need one or 2, and that's code. That's code for kissy time. So you just leave them running in the background. It doesn't matter. Don't worry too hard. The only thing that I would watch would be The Office. The Office is the only suitable show to watch with your girlfriend, because it's basically a love story. Dear Bob, here are 10 sci-fi shows I have liked over the years. I'll be honest, I don't care. That's not a Dear Bob question. Dear Bob, Dear Bob, Dear Bob Water. Okay, this is not helping anybody. Dear Bob, Mr. Robot, Sam Esmail says his new Battlestar Galactica show is in great shape. He might, and I am not going to read that because these are not Dear Bobs. Star Trek Prodigy Season 1 premiere date on Netflix. Okay. Dear Bob, what is the worst movie you've ever seen? The worst movie I've ever seen. That is a tough one. Um, I mean, I I don't the truly bad movies I just stop watching and I forget what they're called. So I don't truly remember truly bad movies. The worst movie that I can remember watching, honestly, is what's it? Lord of the Rings. The first Lord of the Rings movie is easily the worst movie I've ever seen. Because I left the theater. I left the theater after like 45 minutes, an hour, and I thought it would be over soon. And like they told me it could be 3 more hours. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? 3 more hours? I was like, that can't be right. And they were right. It was. It was ridiculous. So the first Lord of the Rings movie is the worst movie I've ever seen that I can remember. There's God knows all the ones I've forgotten about. Dear Bob, oh crap. Dear Bob, what is your favorite ice cream? I just like chocolate. Chocolate vanilla swirl sometimes, but if I gotta be simple, it's just chocolate. If I get fancy, chocolate chip, chocolate with chocolate chips, chocolate with chocolate sprinkles. Dear Bob, have you ever played any Simpsons video games back in the day? Do you have any favorite Simpsons couch gags? I haven't played any Simpsons video games. Not that I remember. I mean, I guess I played like Simpsons game here or there, but nothing that I remember. Certainly nothing that I loved. When it first came out, The Simpsons Tapped Out. I played it for like a day or two, and then I uninstalled it. So yeah, and I don't remember any particular games other than that, but and God knows it's been 40 years now of Simpsons stuff. I'm sure I must have played a game somewhere along the line, a pinball game or an arcade game or something. Favorite couch gag? You know, not anymore. Not anymore. 10 years ago, I probably could have remembered one that was particularly good. But it's easily been 5 years now where I haven't watched more than a random Simpsons episode here or there. And 10 years since I've liked a Simpsons episode. So, yeah. Sorry. Sorry, The Simpsons, not really in my day-to-day memories anymore. Dear Bob, my son, LDG, who also me, but it's weird, was 101% correct. I created AI to give you little humans the ability to cure cancer. I forgive Salty for his blasphemy. God. Okay. Dear Bob, it says on your Dear Bob page, can Dear Bob help you? Of course I can. Just send your question below and stay tuned to my YouTube channel for your answer. But when people ask you a question, you say it's not what the pages are for. But that's what it says it's for. Can Dear Bob help you? Of course I can. Just send your question below and stay tuned. Okay, but you're supposed to have a Dear Bob question, not just a random. A question. A question. Don't send me a link to Netflix, right? Netflix is showing Prodigy. That's not a question. That's not a Dear Bob question. I mean, I appreciate it, but it's not a Dear Bob. Star Trek Nitpickers says, I feel The Office will return soon. I was thinking this earlier today. Yeah, I think so too. Dr. Scotty says, Bird of Prey 5. I watch Naked and Afraid with my girlfriend. It gets her all hot and bothered. That sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a good, whatever works. Whatever works, Dr. Scotty. Stanley says, gives you time to get them liquored up on cheap wine. Stanley says, I enjoy a few lovely beverages. Miss Lundell's worst movie I've ever seen is Ishtar. Ishtar. Stanley's is Bird of Prey 5, or any that you've actually stopped watching partway through. Yeah, well, Lord of the Rings. Stanley says, damn it, I usually try to do at least finish every time. Hakeem says, Lord of the Rings gets better after 4 hours. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says the 1976 Lord of the Rings. No, the 2005 or whatever Lord of the Rings. Dan Ben says, I played Virtual Springfield PC. I tried Simpsons skateboarding on Xbox. Simpsons tapped out years later, then stopped. Stanley says, you must have seen the Simpsons arcade game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, I must have played the Simpsons arcade game. Positive Canada's Bird of Prey isn't Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull one of the worst movies you've ever seen. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. I pushed it out of my brain. I had pushed it out of my brain, Positive Candor. But you're right. That is absolutely one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Dan Ben says, I hated the couch gag circus, and dance because it was longer. Later, they didn't actually really long couch gag. Last on the case is the emailer is asking you if you think he's a delusional idiot. Jedi Bill says, I might be kidding, or am I? Dan Ben says, I think the things you don't like on Dear Bob are still going to get you to give an opinion, which may help people. Well, that's fine. If it helps people, that's great. Jedi Bill says, hey, I'm using that feature. I have 3 more payments. I read that. Jedi Bill says, mine was a computer component. Last on the K is laughing at magnifying glass. I've never watched Scrubs, says Dan Ben. Stanley says, just listen to old Bop streams. That's good. For your girlfriends coming over, put on old Bird of Prey streams. Stanley says, the movie is just to distract them momentarily. That's, Netflix and chill. Like, I honestly didn't know that was a thing. until I went out with a girl, and it was the third date, and she was like, "Do you want to come to my place for the third date?" And her place is really close to my house. So I mean, to be honest, I would have rather she came to my house, but I thought we were really just going to watch movies and hang out. And let me tell you, at that point in my life, that was all I wanted to do. She was by far the most attractive woman the internet dating site had ever set me up with. Like, she was an attractive woman that I really didn't think I would ever be able to meet on my own. And I was surprised that she was into me enough that we had made it to 3 dates. And so she's like, "Yeah, we just come over. You want to come over and we'll watch a movie or something?" And I don't even think she said something. She said, "Come over and we'll watch a movie." That's all I wanted to do. And we sat on her couch and put her arm, and she laid into me. I put my arm around her, and we put on something on Netflix. And I had all intents of watching this movie and holding this girl in my arms for a couple hours. And I would have been so happy. It's all I wanted. I was like, this is my entire life. This is what I never had. This is what I always wanted. And not 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes into the movie, like the credits aren't even over, and she's starting to kiss me and start rubbing things. Oh, and so obviously I have to kiss back, and 10 minutes after the movie started, she's already pulling me into the bedroom, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready because I didn't think we were going to be doing it. I honestly had no idea. I thought, I didn't realize the third day was legit. That Netflix and chill meant sex. I didn't know it. Apparently, she did. She had all intents of doing it like this. She had no qualms. She was ready. I was not. I wasn't ready. Let's just say that. Things did not go well. It was bad. I wasn't prepared. And I ended up leaving early. She was not interested. Once it was clear, I wasn't about. I don't know what she thought I was, but I ended up leaving early. I thought I'd have another chance to make things right, but the next day I realized she wasn't calling back, and finally we talked, and she says, "Yeah, I don't think we're emotionally compatible, or something like that." And I was like, no," and so she was not interested. She was not interested in even trying again. It really, really upset me. But what are you going to do? I mean, never spoke to her again. I never spoke to her again. She was cute. She was cute. She was the cutest one. Of course, I told this to the other chick who I was friends with benefits with. And I explained to her that because she was curious, how did the date go? Because I mean, she was my friend, but she was a friend with benefits. So she knew what was going on. And I had been with her. See, the thought was earlier in the day, the benefits girl was there. And rather than go on a date and wanting and being, ready to go, I figured, well, benefits girl was there anyway. Might as well get this out of me.
Okay,
She wanted the D. She wanted the D, says JP's. She did, and I had used it already. I wasn't 20 years old anymore. When I was 20, 25, I'm sure I could have gone back to back. But I was 30 at that point. I was on medication. I needed hours between sessions.
turn it around like that.
JP's is the only person I know that made opting out sound like a chore. Because I didn't exactly opt out. Stan Lee's has had to keep the tape an extra day. Yeah, they were streaming by this time, I think. Dan Ben says, I saw the new Ghostbusters film trailer, and it didn't have any ghosts in it. It's just about Great Frost coming. Yeah. JP says, but it also makes you think, how many other guys did she do this with? Yeah, JP, I kind of concerned about that. Stanley says, not prepared or already over prepared. No, I didn't try to stick it in her ear. Last on the case is sometimes sexually aggressive women can be a turnoff, especially for the first time. Into it, yes, but taking the lead, not really. Dan Bence's Ocean 9 with Sandra Bullock and Ghostbusters all-female remake are two films that flopped. The Travelers is Bird messed up. I kind of messed up, but clearly she was not a woman who wanted to be held on the couch and watch a movie with. That's what I wanted. I did want a woman who we just hang out on the couch and watch a movie with. No threesome opportunities thing. No. JP says friends with benefits are the best kind. Last on the case is I could never do the friends with benefits thing. Never into that. Well, last on the K, when it's your only option, you'll do it. There's no other options. JP says, lol, well, she was there anyway. Dan Lee says, extract the poison. The Travis's bird needed some blue pills. Dan Ben yells, no. Stanley says, yeah, I miss when Ghostbusters was a real comedy. This is more like a funny action adventure kind of. Mike Richards is laughing. The Travis, I once met a woman like that. The problem was it was my girlfriend's twin sister. I'll just say things didn't end well. You really had a girlfriend with a twin sister? Stanley says fast women and slow horses will ruin your life. The Random Menace is threesome, twosome, and anyway, we've gone late tonight. Dan Ben says, yeah, well, you let it hang out sitting on the couch with her. What? Let it hang out while sitting on the couch. Jesus Christ. The Random Menace says, Stanley says the Random Menace lonesome. The Traveler dated 2 different twins. That is impressive, Traveler. That is impressive. And Dan Bennett says, yeah, the new Ghostbusters, they had to add young kid teenagers to it. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thank you for all those super chats, finding the elusive kissing Dax, but we found her. We found her. The Travis, no, not the same twins. Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's not like Lamar from the Orville, where he dated an alien with 2 heads. He dated both aliens without the other head finding out about the other. Anyway, Kapla all. Bird out. Have a good weekend. Kapla. Farewell, Columbus, Ohio. Have a good weekend, Stan Lee. You are most welcome, Dan Ben. Cody Guy. Random Menace. Kapla. Last Son of K. And Dan Ben again. Orville probably not coming back. Probably not. JP Wonder Twins activate.